Good evening, sports fans, and welcome into the Finks Friday Night Blitz with thanks to Finks Used Cars and Finks Harley Davidson. He's Kevon Belcher. I'm Dylan Kearns. Kevon, heat a factor today. Some teams delayed their kickoffs.
Man, bugs, Dylan. That's all I have to say. Too many bugs for me, for you, and the players, but that did not stop us from watching some good football tonight.
There were a lot of good football, and there was a lot of great plays. So let's get to the highlights. Morgan fans pouring into the brand new stadium, Raider Stadium. Kevon, there was a line full of hundreds of people just to see the new facility. Beautiful addition to campus in McConnellsville. We cut to the first quarter. Raiders, they're on their opening drive. Logan Niswanger, the quarterback, he racks up air miles connecting with his number one guy, Cole Searle. That's a long first down. Sets up the Raiders. Morgan now inside the 20. Niswanger back at the quarterback. He decides to go play action, and he dumps it off to Hayden Banks, the wide receiver screen. He breaks a tackle and scores the Raiders' first touchdown in the new stadium. Cannons were fired. Atmosphere was amazing out there in McConnellsville. The PAT was missed, so it's 6-0. Still in the first quarter, Warren with the ball around midfield. Jacob Seeley back up to the 50. And Kevon, remember when Daniel Jones had that long run on Thursday Night Football for the Giants? Yeah, Seeley does the same, his best impression there. Hayden Pauley doesn't get the angle for the tackle, crosses the goal line for the long QB scramble. First play of the second quarter, Niswanger drops back, slings a ball deep into the end zone for Searle. They connect for a long touchdown. He was his guy today. Niswanger added a quarterback keeper for a touchdown. Morgan rolls on to a 33-22 victory. The Raiders improved to 2-0 and remain in first place at a tie in the small school division.
Now we head out to Maysville High School, where the Panthers hosted New Lexington. Second play of the first possession, Dylan, and it's a pump fake by Isaiah Stevenson, and he sends the whole defense for a wild goose chase. But he puts on the Jets, makes a move on the one defender, and leaves everyone in the dust for a 78-yard touchdown run to start the game on the second play. Maysville would try and respond, but Todd Saxon's pass is picked off by Chase Dumalt, and he puts New Lexington in great field position. Next play, Panthers ready to capitalize, and it's a trick play. Halfback pass, and Carson Kellogg throws it to a wide-open Garrett Braglin, and just like that, 13-0 New Lexington. But the Maysville defense would turn it up a notch with Stevenson throwing it, and that one's picked up by Caleb Mullux. After the penalty on 3rd and long, is Saxon rolling to his right and throwing the perfect back shoulder fade to Tyler Diebolt for the first down. Start of the next quarter, Saxon keeps it himself and makes a cut and dives in for the 6-yard touchdown. But it was the New Lexington Panthers that took home the victory with a final of 33-10.
And the West Muskingum Tornadoes improved to 2-0 on the year with a 38-20 win over Marietta. Tornadoes got on the board with a Jake Anton touchdown pass near the end of the first quarter to Rashid Cisse. Anton later scored with a 13-yard touchdown run of his own to tie it up at 14 apiece. Connor Hill recorded an interception which set up a field goal. Then Cisse broke free for a 71-yard touchdown run to open the third. He also scored a second rushing touchdown. Carter Smith put the icing on the cake with a 38-yard pick six for the score. West End will next be in action on Friday at Garraway.
Now we head over to the scores. Ridgewood defeated Riverview 57-6 in a big one. Black Bears fall to 0-2 on the year. Crooksville also gets another win on the season, 31-6 over Southern. Ceramics win their second in a row. They are tied for first place in the small school division.
How about that?
Johnstown Monroe 36 has shot in 29. Redskins lose their second game by 7 points or fewer on the season. Sheridan defeats Watkins Memorial 24-19. Generals improved to 2-0 with a close victory, while John Glenn defeats Cambridge 42-14. It was a knockout blow by John Glenn. Muskies win in blowout fashion over the Bobcats. Tri-Valley defeats Lincoln Heights 42-7. Scotties bounce back in a big way against the Hornets after losing to the Sales in Week 1. And Meadowbrook at Indian Valley was a victory for Meadowbrook.
Still to come, the File Electrics welcome Carrollton to Sam Hatfield Stadium. Plus, did the Blue Devils bounce back? We'll have those highlights when the Finks Friday Night Blitz returns. Welcome back into the Finks Friday Night Blitz with thanks to Finks Used Cars and Finks Harley Davidson. Kevon, the Electrics, they got a big win last week at Athens. How did they fare this week?
Well, let's go out there and see. Now out at Philo Stadium hosting Carlton. We head and start off in the third quarter. Electric's up 7-0, and Talon Preston running and throwing off his back foot, and it's a diving interception by Josh Carman, setting the offense up great. Carlton looking to capitalize on the turnover. Jacob Whitmore goes at play action and launches it deep for a perfect pass to Braylon Murphy for the touchdown. It is now tied 7 apiece, but Preston would bounce back. Here he is not seeing anyone open, so he uses his feet and takes off. It's Preston making the major gain to put the offense in enemy territory. A couple plays later, just keep it in the dual threat's hands. Preston again with his legs making things happen, and he punches it in the end zone to regain the lead 14-7. The Electrics defense had a nice night holding Carlton to 7 points so far this game, and here they are making the fumble, ripping out the running back's hands, and they get it right back to their offense. But it's another mistake by Preston, throwing the pass backwards on the bubble screen, but the receiver can't quite recover, and Ryan Kiko picks it up and takes it almost all the way to the house before getting knocked out of bounds close to the goal line. A couple plays later, it's a QB keeper, and Whitmore takes it and gets a lot from his teammates, getting the nice push into the end zone. But Philo would fight back with a late touchdown in the final minutes as they won it over Carlton 20-14.
Out at Zanesville High School, they tried to get win number 658 in program history. We start in the first quarter. Leopards looking to take a quick lead. It's a handoff to Owen DeMarzo. He gets it up the sideline for a big-time gain, being tackled out of bounds at the 3, but it only resulted in 3 points. Now Zanesville on offense. Doyle under pressure. He throws it up and is picked by Cooper Rice. Louisville trying to get the first touchdown of the game off the play-action pass. Back to that play. Drops back and is picked off by David Evans. Blue Devils trying to get some momentum, but it couldn't capitalize on the turnover. Now Leopards, they're back on offense. Owen Burrick, he stands back and throws a nice pass to Braden Hershey. Watch this throw on the fade. He walks into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. That's a beautifully thrown ball right there. Skip to later in the game. Leopards, they're in Zanesville territory, and it's Burrick. Guess what he's doing? The throw worked earlier. He's going to throw to a wide-open Colton Loy. The Blue Devils would end up getting shut out in this one. They fall to 22-0.
Now let's look at the other scores in the area. Heath over Lincoln Valley 46-17, while Newark defeated Mount Vernon 35-28. Granville over Clear Fork 15-0 in an awkward scoring game. Granville keeps them shut out, while Caldwell defeats Waterford 41-14. We also had Miller defeating Frontier 44-12. Tees Valley defeats Logan 28-6. Nelson York defeats Newark Catholic 21-9. After a Final Four appearance last year, the Green Wave have lost 2 in a row to start the year, and Shenandoah defeats Shadyside 53-14.
You know, we could talk about a lot of things from tonight, but I think one thing that might have got maybe a little bit buried was Crooksville. They won 2 in a row.
Man, listen,
first place. I know it's early in the year, but first place in the small school division.
You can't beat that, especially after the year they had last year. Now they're just looking to keep bouncing back and keeping the momentum after last year, just losing all those games and actually seeing what it's like to play in those games late in the year. Now they can take that momentum and then see how it is to win. Now they're just keeping on pushing forward. You know what I'm saying?
And another team that's 2-0 in the small school division, Morgan, the Raiders, they open up their new stadium tonight. Yeah. A lot of good stuff going on there, what they had taking place. A lot of fans out there. The community's involved. I'm telling you, that's a great place to watch a football game. I was impressed by that stadium.
I can't be mad. It's just open up the new stadium. It gives you so much momentum and so much energy. Now you want to just perform for all those fans.
There were a lot of water breaks out there today. A lot of heat the players are battling. But, hey, they fought through it. They got through another week. Week 3 coming up here soon. That'll be all for the Finks Friday Night Blitz. So thanks to Finks Used Cars and Finks Harley Davidson. Have a great night.